What's up? We got an upper body workout today. We are going to hit chest, back, shoulders, some biceps, triceps, and the core. We're going to get started right away, nice and easy. Little jog right here to get the body warm. Jog it out for me. 30 seconds right here. Nice and easy. Want to get that body ready to work. We have a couple blocks of work today, really focusing on strength building, and at the end we will have a little burnout finisher where we really target those core muscles. A few more seconds here. After this, we're going to go to some swimmers to really loosen up those shoulders. In 3, 2, 1. Right here, I want you to hinge forward at your hips. Back is nice and flat. Big arm circles forward here. Core is engaged a little bit in this hinge position. A few more seconds, we're going to reverse it. In 3, 2, 1, right here. Swing those arms backwards for me. Again, just loosening up those shoulders. Nice and easy here. Breathing. After this, we're going to go to a reverse lunge with a reach over in 3, 2, 1. So stand it up tall with me. You're going to step back to lunge. That same arm is going to reach over to the side. We stand up, alternate those legs. Nice big reach over. I want you to feel that stretch down your lats, into those obliques, all the way down into the hips. Breathing. Again, we're moving slow and controlled, just getting that body ready to work. After these, we're going to go to some inchworms. Give me 2 more lunges, 1 more on each side. Last one right here. Inchworms are coming up. Stand up tall with me. You're going to take those hands to the floor, walk it out to plank. You're going to bring 1 foot up. You can drop that back knee to the floor if you need to modify. Give me a twist up to the ceiling, step it back to plank. Other foot comes up. Again, lower that back knee if you need to. Same hand twists up towards the ceiling. We're going to walk it all the way back in and stand it up. We're going to do 2 more of those, hands down. We walk it out to plank. 1 foot comes up. That same hand twists up towards the ceiling. I want you to feel that stretch all the way into your chest. We're loosening up those hips as well. 1 more right here. Breathing. After this, we're going to stay out in plank position. So finish off that last inchworm for me. In plank, you can widen your feet for better balance. You're going to give me some alternating shoulder taps right here. You could also lower to the knees if you need to. But right here, we are activating those core muscles, warming up the shoulders just a little bit more. Breathing. I want your shoulders directly over your hands. Really thinking about bracing your core, tucking your hips under, pulling that belly button in towards the spine. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Come on down. All right, we are going to get into our work. Like I said, we've got 3 blocks of work today. In between, we have a little bit of core work as well. So our first block is really going to target the back and a little bit of shoulders. I'm going to show you everything first, and then we'll get to it. We have 45 seconds on with a 15-second rest for 3 rounds. Your first move, you're going to need some medium to heavy weights. We have back rows. We're going to be in a hinge position. Back is flat. We're going to row, pause at the top with a slow lower down. So we pull it up, we pause, slow lower, back down. Our second move, we have some reverse flies, but to make it a little bit more challenging, and to hit the core as well, we are going to hold a bear pose. So right here on all 4s, knees will hover. We are going to alternate arms out to the side for a reverse fly. To modify, all you're going to do is take it down to your knees. Same reverse fly right here. So really working the backs of those shoulders and your back right here. Last move, we've got a push press. So medium to heavy weights here. Up at your shoulders, palms face in. On the push press, you're going to use your legs to help get those weights up. We're going to rotate our palms forward, and we're going to lower slowly right back to here. When the arms are parallel to the floor, we will reset, push press up, rotate forward, slow lower down. All right, let's get started. Our bent over rows are first. I want you using challenging weights. So the last 10 to 15 seconds, the last 3 to 4 reps, is really difficult, but you can get through it with good form. Let's get to it. 5 seconds. Our rows are coming. So give me that hinge forward, palms face in. Here we go. We pull it up, we pause, slow lower. on the way down. Breathing, pull it up, pause, lower, slow, 3, 2, 1, pull it up, hold, 3, 2, 1. Keep that pace going. Breathing. Let's check that form. I want you to make sure your back is nice and flat. So think about sticking your chest and butt out in this hinge position. You don't want to be rounding your back forward. Breathing. And as you row these weights, arms are in tight to the body, and I want you to think about rowing them towards your hips. So we are not bringing the elbows straight towards the ceiling like that. Pull them towards the hips. Slow, lower down. Give me one more. Take your rest. All right, we're taking it to the floor. We have our reverse flies. Lighter weights here. Light weights. We are going to go in 5 seconds. Let's get ready. Lift those knees slightly if you're up for the challenge. Here we go. We alternate sides. Slow and controlled. This one's really hard here. Remember, take it down to all fours and just focus on the arms here. You can still work on engaging that core, bracing those core muscles, pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Again, up here in this bear pose is very difficult. I need you to listen to your body, and whatever's your hardest that you can do with good form is where you need to be. Make sure your shoulder blades are down and back for me so you're not shrugging those shoulders up. Put your shoulder blades in your back pockets. And as you lift that arm, I want you to feel that shoulder blade squeezing in. 3, 2, 1. Rest here. Push press is coming up. Again, medium to heavy. Because we use those legs when we push up the weight, you can go a little bit heavier than if you were doing a strict shoulder press. 3 seconds. Weights are up. Let's do it. Press it up. Rotate forward. Slow, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Reset. Press it up. Biceps by the ears. Rotate forward. Slow, lower down. Keep this pace. Breathing. That slow lower down is more time under tension for your muscles, making them work a little bit harder. Stay with it. Core tight. Now, as you press these weights up, I want you to engage the core, and I want you to think about stacking your shoulders over your hips. When we lift heavy weights over our head, sometimes we tend to lean back, which can put a lot of pressure on that low back. We got to protect the spine, so core tight. 3, 2, 1. Take a rest right here. We are going to take 30 seconds right here to recover in between these rounds because, again, I want you challenging yourself with the weights. So we breathe here, grab some water if you need it. We're going into round 2. Again, you're going to work on lifting with those heavy weights and really challenging your, focusing on your form. So our back rows are coming up. Let's get ready. Grab your weights. We're going to go in 5. Second set right here. Hinge forward. Back flat. Let's go. Pull it up. Pause. Lower slow. Breathing. Shoulder blades are down and back right here. We're not shrugging those shoulders up. Remember, take your shoulder blades, put them in your back pockets. Back nice and flat. Watch that hinge position. If you notice, my hips are back behind my heels. I have a slight bend in my knees. I'm hinging forward. Back is nice and flat. Not rounding it at all. Continuing to breathe. 15 seconds to go. Come on. Pause at the top. Slow lower down. That pause and the slow lower is what really makes this move challenging. Last 5 right here. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. All right, our reverse flies are coming up. You have felt this move. So if it was really challenging, maybe you need to go to some lighter weights, or maybe you need to come out of the bear pose and stay on all fours. I really want you to focus on that form. Here we go. Breathing. So if your form is off, we're not feeling that great in the bear pose with your knees up, take it to the floor. All right? You do not have to be here yet. You have these workouts forever. You can always come back and repeat them. I like to give you challenging moves to have something to work up towards. I am here to meet you at your level. Breathe with me here. Whether you're on the knees or the knees are hovering, I want you to focus on your core. Brace those muscles, pull that belly button in, make sure that back is nice and flat. Let's squeeze those shoulder blades in as we lift those arms and keep that motion slow and controlled. I don't want your arms just flying around. Control it up and control it down. Take your rest right here. Push press is coming up. Breathe here. It comes pretty quick. We're going to pick up those weights because we go in 5. Medium to heavy. Challenge yourself. Weights up. Palms in. Let's go. Use those legs. Press it up. Rotate forward. Slow lower down. Reset. Press it up. Rotate forward. Slow on the way down. On the way down, I want you to feel your lat muscles on your back, really helping to bring these weights down slowly. Breathing. Right here as we press it up, we're really working those shoulders. But on the way down, those lat muscles are really working to control this motion. Last 15 here, come on. That core is engaged, and I want you to remember shoulders stacked over the hips. No leaning back with those heavy weights. Breathing. Give me one more right here. 3, 2, 1. Take 30 right here. Weights down, shake it out. We got to go one more round. So again, breathe here. Grab some water. Think about the weights that you were just using. If you need to adjust them a little bit, if things were too easy, you could go a little heavier. Or if you really pushed yourself those 2 rounds, maybe you need to lighten the load a little bit. I'm going to reset this timer. Let's get ready. Final round. Couple deep breaths. We go in 5. This is it right here. Bent over rows. Here we go. Pull it up. Pause. Lower, slow. 3, 2, 1. Pull it up. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Arms in tight to the body. Breathing. Mind-muscle connection. Feel your lat muscles lifting up the weights and controlling them on the way down. As you pull them up, arms are in tight. We squeeze those shoulder blades together, keeping those shoulder blades down and back. We are not hunching the shoulders or rounding the back forward. Continuing to breathe. We're almost there. Let's go. Less than 10. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your rest right here. All right, our reverse flies are coming up. In 10, we'll take it to the floor. You're going to grab your light weights here. We're going in 5. Let's get ready. So knees hover or you stay on all 4s. Here we go. Alternate those arms out wide. Breathing, really focusing on your form. Keeping your movements slow and controlled. We have plenty of time with our 45 seconds. Back nice and flat. As you lift the weights, especially if those knees are hovering, I really want you to focus on keeping your hips square to the ground, so don't turn them out. Really try to keep your body as stiff as a board. Head stays in neutral spine. We're past the halfway point. Come on. You got it. Core is tight. Pulling that belly button in. Back is flat. Knees and hips are at 90 degrees. We got less than 10 to go. Stay with me. This one is burning. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. All right, last time for these push presses. Shake it out. We go in 10. Couple deep breaths here. We're going to pick up those weights. Bring them up to your shoulders. Let's get ready to work. Right here. Drive it up. Rotate forward. Lower, slow. Control it. Breathing. Press it up. Biceps by the ears. All the way up. Full extension. Slow lower down. Yes, come on. Core is tight. You got it. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Breathing. Just past the halfway point. Stay with it. Be proud of yourself for showing up today, putting in the work, getting stronger, building some serious lean muscle. Let's go. Just under 10 left here. We're going to sneak in one more right here. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. You can get your weights out of the way. Next up, we are going to hit some serious core, burn out the arms just a little bit. Here's what's going to happen. For 90 seconds, we are going to do some inchworms with an optional commando depending on where your fitness level is at. So, hands come down, we're gonna walk out to plank. Optional, drop down to the elbows, press it up, walk it back in, inchworm out, drop down. Now feel free to take that commando out. Just work on your inchworms, going out and in at your own pace. We are gonna go for 90 seconds. It's a long time, but I want you to push yourself. After that, we'll take a 15-second rest, and then we are gonna go into some side planks. We are just gonna hold for 30 seconds. You have a couple options on these side planks. You can stack your feet one on top of the other, or have one foot in front of the other. To modify this side plank, watch my bottom knee here. You bend that bottom knee, same thing, we're gonna lift the hips right here and hold. We'll do one side and then the other. We only run through this one time. So, inchworms are first. Let's get ready. Up nice and tall for me. 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Hands down. Walk it out. Optional, if you're up for it, give me that commando. Drop down to the elbows, press it back up. Your own pace here. Breathing. You got it. We are here for 90 seconds. Again, your own pace. Maybe pick up that pace a little bit if you can. Come on. You showed up to work. I need you to give me your best effort. I am here to tell you what to do, but you need to dig deep and give me that effort. Let's go. You are strong. You are capable. And every day you're getting a little bit stronger. Let's go. We're just past the halfway point here with these. Come on. These are not easy. As you do those commandos, if you're doing them, I want you to think about keeping the hips square to the ground. So again, we're staying nice and stiff as a board as we drop down and press up. Keep going. We got less than 30 seconds. Stay with me. You are amazing. Come on. Last 15 right here. Yes, less than 10. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take 15 to rest. We're going to get ready for those side planks. I need you to pick a side, any side. We'll get ready to set it up here. We're going to go in 5 seconds. So again, stack your feet, stagger them. Our time is on for 30. You can also drop to that bottom knee if you need to. In this side plank position, I want you to make sure that your shoulder is lined up directly over your elbow. If you're leaning too far one way or the other, it's going to put some unnecessary pressure on your shoulder, and we don't want that. So stack it directly above the elbow. Pull that belly button in towards your spine. Breathe. Mind-muscle connection. I really want you to focus on feeling the obliques closest to the floor. Let's take our rest right here. Flip it around. Other side's coming in 10. Again, stack the feet, drop to that bottom knee, or stagger the feet. We are going up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go right here. Breathing. 30 seconds. Right here is where you can dig deep, focus, be proud of yourself. Take a minute to recognize what your body is doing right now and how good you are treating it. Showing up to improve every single day. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down right here. All right, next block of work. Just like we hit back and a little bit of shoulders, we are now going to focus on chest with a little bit of shoulders as well. We got 3 rounds, same time, 45 seconds on with a 15-second rest for 3 rounds. And we will take that 30 seconds in between. I'm going to show you everything first. Our first move, we have a chest press on the floor. I want you to grab some heavy weights for this one. Laying flat, weights up over the chest so they are not over your neck or face, right in line over your chest. You're going to drop the elbows out wide to 90 degrees. We press up right here. That is move number 1. And I will go over quickly your elbow placement on that because it's really important. When you come out for your chest press, I do not want your elbow straight in line with your shoulder. drop it down a few degrees for me. So if you watch right here, weights are over my chest. I come out right here. You notice my elbow is slightly lower than my shoulder. That's where I need you to be when we do that chest press. Next up, we have chest flies, but we're gonna alternate with one arm, and I'm gonna challenge you to hold your knees up at 90 degrees right here. One arm will drop out wide. We come back to center. Other arm will drop out wide. Our final move, lighter weights. We are gonna hit the shoulders. This one's gonna burn. We're gonna stand up tall. You're gonna give me a lateral raise. One arm will drop, other arm will drop. We fly, drop, drop. Let's get to it. Chest presses first. Grab your weights. We're getting down on the ground. 5 seconds. We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Arms out wide. Press it up. Slow and controlled. We're here for 45 seconds. We've got plenty of time. As you bring these arms out, most importantly, remember that elbow placement, all right? I really want to protect those shoulders. As you press it up, weights are over your chest. Breathing. And when you come out, don't just hang out here on the floor and relax the arms. Almost think about letting them hover slightly off the ground before you press it up. Continuing to breathe. We're almost there. Last 10 right here. Right here is where it should start to feel really heavy. But you're going to push through. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Our flies are coming up next. Lighter weights. We're going in about 5 seconds. Now, you can take those knees up to 90 degrees. Weights are up over the chest. Here we go right here, alternating the arms. Now, I need you to check your core and your back for me. If you feel a big arch in your low back, I want you to take your legs out of it right here. Really important that we protect that low back. Breathe. So you can choose where you need to be. You can take the feet out. Just focus on your chest muscles here. Still practicing to engage that core, tighten up those muscles, pressing the low back into the floor. Or knees are up here at 90 degrees, working the chest and a whole lot of core. But again, make sure there's no arch in that low back. Pull that belly button in towards your spine and really press that low back into the floor. Breathing. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. We're going to stand it up slowly. Light weights here for these flies. This one gets very heavy. We are going to come out wide. One arm will drop, and then the other will drop. Here we go. Lift it up. Lower one, lower the other, lift it up. Now make sure other arm will lead. So every time you lower, alternate those arms for me. Breathing. This one is very challenging because we have that isometric hold at the top. Again, it's more time under tension. Breathing. Core tight. Make sure as you lift these weights, there's no swinging or rocking. If you find yourself swinging your body to try and get them up, weights are too heavy. Drop down a little bit lighter for me. Form, like I always say, is most important. As you lift these weights up, I don't want your weights going higher than your shoulders. Still keeping those shoulder blades down and back so there's no shrugging. 3, 2, 1. We're going to take 30 right here. Shake it out, and we'll get to that second set. So check in with yourself. How did those weights feel? Do you need to drop down and go lighter? Do you want to add a little bit more, or was that a perfect challenge for you? We're going to go in about 15 seconds. We'll take it to the floor. We start off with our chest press. I'm going to reset my timer here. Couple more deep breaths. Second set is coming. We go in 5. Laying flat. Let's get those weights up. Here we go. 45 seconds on the clock. Slow and controlled. I promise you, the slower you go with almost any exercise, the harder it's going to be. Really focus on that form. Watch the elbow placement. Press the weights up over your chest. Again, make sure they're not over your neck or face. And even though you're just laying down, you can still focus on your core engagement. And breathe. We got about 15 to go right here. So again, it's here where it should start to get really heavy. Pretty challenging. And you're going to remind yourself just how strong you are and that you can push through. Embrace the challenge. We don't want it to be easy. Take your rest right here. It is in that challenge that we find our strengths and where our body really begins to change. 5 seconds. We got our flies. You choose knees up at 90 or feet down. Here we go, right here, alternating those arms. Slow and controlled. Slight bend in the elbows. Weights in line over the chest. Really feeling your chest kind of squeeze that weight back to the center. Also feeling the core here as well. I want your knees and hips right at 90 degrees. So knees aren't in here, right at 90. Knees should be right above those hips. Pulling that belly button in, really bracing the core muscles. That does not mean sucking in those muscles. How would you react if someone punched you in the stomach? That's how you're going to engage those muscles for me and press that low back into the floor. Take your rest. We got our flies or lateral raises, whatever you'd like to call them. We're going to stand up tall. This is where you need light weights. You could honestly go through this move with no weights. If you needed, those shoulders will still work. Here we go. Lift the arms up, out wide. Drop one, drop the other. Remember, no swinging or rocking the body to get the weights up. Breathe with me. Engage the core. I also want you to think about leading up with your elbows. It sounds a little bit funny, but it's just going to help with proper form. There's also a slight bend in those elbows. Breathing. How are we feeling? My shoulders are currently on fire, but I'm going to breathe and we're going to get it done. We've got 15 left right here. One more round to go after this. Last 10. Stay with me. You got it. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. Final round. We have 30 seconds right here. You recover, grab some water, take some deep breaths for me. We are going to go into this third set. We start off with our chest press. We're going in 15. Again, water if you need it. Let's get ready for this final round. We are going in 5. Chest presses first. Final round right here. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 45 seconds on the clock. Slow and controlled with our movements. Focusing on our form. Continuing to breathe. Excellent. And remember, don't let those arms hang out on the floor too long. Think about having them hover slightly above the floor, and then we press the weights back up. Keeping constant tension on those muscles. Final 10 is right here. Chest flies are coming up next. Stay with me. Come on, a few more reps to go. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Chest flies are coming up. Remember, your choice for the extra core work with those knees at 90 degrees. We're going in 3. Knees up if you want. Weights up. Let's go. Time is on. Breathing. Knees and hips at 90. Check that form. Pull that belly button in. Remember that proper core engagement. How would you react if you got punched in the stomach? I want those arms moving slow and controlled. Core is really working to keep you steady and stable here. That weight should feel like it wants to pull you over. So you're going to fall over to the side, and then your core is going to work to keep you stable and centered. Slight bend in the elbow on those flies. Mind-muscle connection. You're feeling your chest. Pull the weight back to center. And again, that core is working to keep you steady. Take your rest right here. All right, we're going to finish off this block with our flies in 10 seconds. Couple deep breaths. We go in 5. Stand up tall with me. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1. Lift those arms. Think about leading with the elbows. We drop one, we drop the other. We lift up, control it. Drop one, drop the other. Not too fast here. slow and controlled. Also, take those shoulder blades down and back for me, so when you lift these weights, we don't shrug the shoulders up. There is no swinging or rocking of the body. Perfect control here as we lift these weights. Breathing. Just under 20 to go. After this, we're going to hit the core one more time with our planks and our inchworms. And then we got a little finisher. Just under 10 to go, but we are getting there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. You can get the weights out of the way. Grab some water. All right. Just like we did before, we are going to do our 90 seconds of inchworms and then our 30 seconds of side planks. Are you ready? Those inchworms, remember, you have your option of doing the commando. I want you to choose whatever is your hardest. We are all at different fitness levels and different abilities, so I need you to choose your hard. Just promise me that you are pushing yourself, but also listening to your body. We go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 90 seconds on the clock. We inchworm out. Optional. Commando. Down to those elbows. Press it up. Walk it in. If you're doing the commandos, I want you to alternate which arm leads down and up every time. Breathe. Think about embracing and bracing up your core. Tighten up those muscles for me. You got it. 30 seconds down. We've got a minute to go. This is the last time you're going to go through this. So stay strong. Breathe. Remember, when you drop down and up, if you're doing the commandos, I want you to think about keeping your body stiff as a board so it's not flailing around. Hips stay square to the ground. Breathing. Our final 30 seconds is coming up. It's here. 30 seconds to go. Stay in it. Come on. Yes. Breathing. 20. When you're in that plank position going down and up, think about pulling that belly button in, tucking the hips under, pulling the hips towards the ribs. You do not want to have a big arch in your back when you're out in that plank position. Take your rest for me right here. 15 seconds. We're going to go to those side planks. Remember, you choose. Feet can be stacked on top of each other, staggered, or you drop to that bottom knee. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds on the clock right here. Breathing. Shoulder stacked directly over your elbow. Mind-muscle connection. We feel those obliques closest to the floor. That's what's lifting up your hips here. Almost pretend there's a string right on your hip bone pulling you up towards the ceiling. And you can take a string from your belly button through your back to pull that belly button in. Last 3, 2, 1. 15-second rest here. We're going to swing it around to the other side. We go in 10. So again, shoulder lined up right over that elbow. Feet stacked or staggered. Dropping to that bottom knee if you need to. Our time's on right here. We've got 30 seconds. Breathing. Again, hips up high. Feel the obliques. Brace that core. Proper core engagement. So again, it's not a sucking in motion when I say pull your belly button in towards your spine. Imagine you have a corset on that's tightening up and you're bracing those muscles. Breathe with me. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. All right. We have one more final block of work. This one's going to go pretty quickly. It is only 2 rounds. It is our burnout finisher. Our arms are going to feel it. Our core is going to feel it. And we're going to get to it. So we have 2 rounds, 30 seconds on with only a 10-second rest. I'm just going to change my timer here. And then I will show you everything. First up is a runner sit-up. You're going to grab some light weights for this one. We're going to lay flat. Your arms are going to be bent at 90 degrees. Legs are out straight. Watch me here. As I sit up, one knee is going to bend. Opposite arm lifts up at 90 degrees. I come back down laying flat. I sit up. Other arm comes up at 90 degrees. So it's opposite arm and opposite leg moving. Modifier for that one. hands behind you, legs out straight, little crunch in with a knee tuck. You choose whichever's your hardest. Second move after that is a Z press. What that means, we're gonna sit up nice and tall, core is engaged, keeping us upright. Our legs are out straight. You're gonna grab some light to medium weights. We are gonna shoulder press right here, overhead. Slow and controlled. After that, no weights. We're gonna hold a tricep plank. Hands directly under our shoulders. We're gonna come up here in a push-up position. We're gonna lower down till we're hovering just a few inches off the ground. Our arms are in tight to the body, pressing through those palms, really firing up those shoulders. Now we can take this one and modify it to the knees right here. Triceps will be on fire. And then our final move is a Superman variation with a press out. We're gonna anchor the toes to the floor, hands by the ears. We lift up, we press out, we pull back down, and we lower. Let's get to it. Runner sit-ups are first. Grab your light weights for me. We go in 5, 2 rounds. Laying flat, arms at 90 degrees. Here we go, lift up. One knee, opposite arm, lift up, lower back down. Sit up, other side. Breathing. You're gonna feel those biceps here and the abs working. Continuing to breathe, I want you to remember that modifier. No weights, hands behind you, knee pull in. Last 10 seconds here, stay with it. It is only a 10-second rest in between these moves. We have our shoulder Z press next. In 3, 2, 1, rest for 10. You can stay seated here. Legs out straight. Light to medium. You don't need to go too heavy here. You're gonna feel this one. Arms up. We're gonna press up overhead right here. Press it up. Lower back down. Lots of core work here. Now, the reason this might feel extra heavy, when you are standing doing shoulder press, there's a little bit of legs involved. That takes all of your lower body out when we sit on the floor here, so it's gonna feel a little bit harder. Breathe. Last 10 here. You got it. Stay with me. Last 5. Our tricep hold is coming up. In 3, 2, 1. Get those weights out of the way. Tricep plank coming up. In 5. Take those hands directly under your shoulders. Come up to a plank position for me. We're going to lower down slow. Our time's on. We're going to hold here if you need to. Drop those knees to the ground. Just make sure the hips are down. Engage the core. Pull that belly button in. Pressing through the palms. Your triceps are probably on fire. If you need to, come right back here in child's pose. Take a quick rest and then get right back to this position. We have 10 seconds left. Come on. So you are either letting those knees stay on the floor or you can lift them up. Just keep the hips down for me. Tuck them under. 3, 2, 1. Rest for 10. All right, our Superman press out is coming. We go in 5. So we are back down on the floor. Anchor the toes, hands by the ears. Let's go. We lift up, press out, pull back, lower down. Lift up, press out, pull back, lower down. Slow and controlled. Really squeezing that mid and lower back here. Try and press those arms out, full extension, getting the arms out by the ears. As you pull back, feel those shoulder blades. I want you to squeeze them all the way down and back as you pull those arms back. 3, 2, 1. We are going right into the second round. This is it. We got about less than 3 minutes of work left. Our runner sit-ups are first. Grab your weights, lay flat. Time's on. Here we go. Breathing. Arms are on fire right here. Slow and controlled. If you need to, you can drop your weights at any time. You can also go to the modifier. Remember, hands behind you. My biceps are burning. Stay with it. Last 10 right here. Come on. Breathe through it. You got this. We are in it together. You are not alone. I am right here with you. Give me one more. Take that 10-second rest. All right, let's get ready for that Z press. 5 seconds. Set it up here, sitting up nice and tall, legs out straight. Core tight and engaged. Let's go. Press it up. Slow and controlled. The burn is real on this one. Now, if you need to, if it's too much, your arms can't take it, here's what you're going to do. You're going to drop your weights. You're going to go through this motion right here. Your core is still working to keep you upright and steady. Your shoulders are still working going through this motion. Breathe. We've got less than 10 to go. This is not easy, but you are strong. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Tricep plank is coming up. This one is really challenging. Again, if you need to, I want you to sit back in child's pose, and then you get right back into that plank. Our time is on. Here we go. I want those arms in tight to the body. Breathing. Core's engaged. We think about tucking the hips under so there's not a big arch in your low back. Tuck them under. Breathing. Head is in neutral spine. Triceps are firing up. Pressing through the palms of your hands. If you need to, you lower those knees. Keep the hips down for me. You're hovering just a few inches off the ground. If you need that rest, you press back to child's pose and you get right back into it. But we are almost there. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. All right, we are going to finish off today with our Supermans. This is it. I need you for 30 more seconds. We go in 3. Lay flat. Anchor the toes. Hands by the ears. Let's go. Lift up. Extend out. Pull back. Lower down. Lift up. Extend out. Pull back. Lower down. Breathing. Get those arms out. Full extension. Pull back. Squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. You got it. Breathe. This is it right here. You are amazing. We got 10 seconds left. Stay with it. Breathing. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. You can shoot right back to child's pose right here. Arms in front. And we will stretch it out. I'm just going to turn off this timer so you don't have to listen to a beep. Back in child's pose right here. Breathing. Nice big breaths in and out. From here, I want you to walk your hands to one side and really feel your lat muscle here. Right here where my fingertips are, stretching out. Breathe here. Hold. And from here, we're going to walk it over to the other side. Stretch out that lat right there. And from here, hands back to center. We're going to come up here, one foot in front. I've got my right foot in front. I'm going to push forward here, stretching out that hip flexor. I know we didn't do too many legs today, but it never hurts to give them an extra stretch. Bring those arms up to get a little deeper. We're going to add a little stretch and get the shoulder involved here. A little twist, I should have said. Twist over that right knee. Palms are facing up. Take your right palm, rotate it, and I want you to take the back of your right hand and place it on your back. So you're going to feel that stretch in your shoulder right here. Your hand might be down on your butt, might be on your low back, wherever you feel that shoulder stretch. Continuing to breathe, letting that heart rate lower. Release the arm, back up. We're going to shoot those hips back, hinging forward here, stretching out the hamstring muscle. Nice job today. My arms are feeling that. All right, let's switch it here. Other foot in front, pushing forward, thinking about tucking those hips under, arms up. We're going to do that same twist on this side. So we twist over that left knee, palms are up. Take the left hand, rotate it. Place the back of your hand on your back, wherever you feel that stretch in your left shoulder. Release it, arms up. Shoot the hips back. Hinge forward here, stretching out that hamstring. And from here, we are going to stand it up, stretching out the arms really quick. Take one arm out in front, cross it over your body. Little tug right here. Should feel that right in the back of that shoulder blade, stretching out. Again, continuing to breathe. Nice big breaths in and out. Let's switch other side. Arm in front, cross it over, little tug. And from here, one arm up. We're going to bend at the elbow. Other arm, we'll give it a little tug here. So you should feel that in your triceps. You could even cross one foot in front, little lean over if you want to feel that stretch down your side, whatever feels good for you here. Let's switch it here. Other arm up, bend at the elbow, little tug here. Feel that down your tricep. If you want, cross that foot over, little lean over. We're going to do one more stretch here for the chest and biceps. If you have a doorway, you could use a doorway. Take your arm at 90 degrees right on the edge, and then you just walk through the doorway there and hold. If you don't, you're going to grab a wall like me, right against the wall. One arm is out, parallel to the floor, and then you're just going to rotate your body here. So I'm feeling that stretch across my chest and down into my bicep muscle. We'll hold here a few more seconds. Breathing. And let's get to the other side. Arm out. Rotate that body out, feeling that stretch. Breathing. Excellent. We'll shake it out here. I'll give you one more for the shoulders. If you want to hook those fingertips behind you, press down, open up that chest. If it feels good, you can roll forward and let the arms hang here. Hold for a few more seconds. We're going to release the hands. You can bicycle the knees if that feels good. We're going to roll up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Great job. Be proud of yourself for showing up, and I will see you for the next one.